Hi, this is Rosina Starr coming to you. Gonna be doing a video today. If you like my videos, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all my viewers. So this video is gonna be called Consequences of Not Having Strong Boundaries and the outcomes. So let's say you're just getting to talk to this guy, and this is just an example. You're actually trying to date him, met him online, and he tries to ask you in the first conversation on the phone about your childhood or how you were raised. And a person with strong boundaries would respond, well, I really don't feel comfortable talking about that right now. I think maybe as we get to know each other better, I could feel comfortable with it. And you can move on to the next topic. Another one is, demanding sexual or nude pictures of you right away. I don't know about you, but my pictures are private. I don't need pictures of me everywhere and everybody's phone. It doesn't matter what I look like. It's about what's inside. And so if somebody's all about the physical, definitely not going to be a good match for me anyway. So, if somebody's requesting that, I'd say no, I don't send out pictures like that to anybody. And, if they have a response other than that's okay, I understand, then, don't entertain a clown, basically. You don't need to have to explain to somebody. If they don't already know and have the same values, they will ask why. Because they're trying to, again, manipulate a situation to their favor. It doesn't matter why. It's because this is who I am. Learn. So the emotional intelligence of other people may not match yours. It's because it's a boundary, you tell them. They can't accept it, there's the door. So, and if he's, as we get to know each other later on with time, if he's not a narcissist, he will respect you more for keeping your boundaries and, letting him have some mystery about you to wait. And get to know you and chase after you. He'll lust for you and love you even more. If he doesn't live by the law of diminishing returns, which is the more rare something is and the more you have to work to get it, the more valuable it is when you actually get to receive that. So if you're just giving yourself away in the first couple dates, in the first couple months, and even in the first 6 months, it's not wrong for you to have boundaries and time limits on things. I want somebody that wants to get married in around a year and a half. That's what I tell guys when I meet them. I want to buy a house together, so hopefully they can have the means to try to do that. Expectations. And it's not wrong for me to do that. And they better know within a year if they want to go forward and have a marriage, because I don't have 5 or 6 years to burn with somebody that keeps me hanging, that keeps me wondering, that keeps me there with words, meaningless lies, and, potential. It's just, it's not wrong to want those things and express that to your partner, and so waiting can be very rewarding. Now, dealing with a narcissist, the response to your boundaries will be, why? No turns into a negotiation. All of a sudden, why do you feel that way? How can I make her not do that? So if they want to walk out, that's just fine. But so, if you are letting a guy walk in and out of your life all the time for years, months, even at the beginning, not returning phone calls and you not saying anything about it, accepting, reasons or lies, if that's showing you dishonor and disrespect yourself, how do you expect a guy to treat you? He will treat you just the same. He will treat you probably worse than you'll treat yourself, because he already sees what he can get away with, so he will continue to do that. So when people show you who they are, believe them. That will be a video in the future I hope you stay tuned for as well. So moving on, lacking boundaries will let in all the wrong people that will take more than they give. They don't have an end because they don't need closure. They always want to come back. They will prey on your childhood vulnerabilities to control you. They're good at reading cold empathy in people, and they can bend people, at their will. Once they get you sexually, they can get inside your head. That's why, lacking boundaries, and we'll talk about that now. This goes sexually also. If you're not okay ever with threesomes or even talking about it, if you're not okay with porn on your TV, that's okay. That's a boundary. Maybe your religious beliefs protect you from that. Maybe you just don't feel like you need that there. Maybe, you don't need that popping up all the time. It's just so accessible everywhere now that it's getting to be a problem. And, it's not good for somebody's health because it's, a solitary thing. Just like, I got to go ride on my motorcycle, I got to go hunting or fishing with the guys, all these isolated activities that aren't really proving to be together. So if he needs that kind of stuff, and you could be basic about your needs and not boring, and that should be okay for somebody that wants to care about pleasing you as a person, and it's not just about the physical act. So if they're about anal and they're about these gay sex acts, but they swear they're just about women, I really have a hard time believing that, because guys love women for what they are rather than doing the wrong things with them that are only one-sided to please the guy. And usually guys that like just them to be pleased by somebody tend to be bisexual from my coaching sessions and what I've seen in my life personally. And that's just, a spiritual thing as well. And they have done studies that prove porn in certain ways can get inside a guy's head while, over usage or whatever, I don't know. But they tend to be, about hand jobs, blow jobs, or just anal, and pressuring their partners. They love the awkwardness of it if they're narcissistic, cruel and pushy, make fun of them, humiliate them, leave them in frustration. And to be honest, a lot of narcs don't even like to do stuff physically. They prefer the porn, but they need to secure you as the supply. They understand the way the brain and the mind and the body works. So to secure you, they will give you that sex, or they'll, kind of make the trauma bond there with the sex with those chemicals so they can always come back to abuse you, use you for your energy, because it's really not even about the sex with the narc. It's about the energy that you give them, the supply. So anyways, someone that cares is not in a hurry to get you in bed or share too quickly. And they usually try to ask you and learn about you rather than be too personal or talk about themselves a lot. I mean, can you get a word in edgewise? I mean, and there's certain things, like if a guy's not even willing to take you on, for coffee or for dinner and it's got to be all his way, that's being pretty inflexible. A boundary for me is I want to be pursued as the woman. If a guy's not willing to pursue me for a first date, I don't think a first date's gonna happen. I'm not willing to be treated that way. There's a certain standard I want to live by and be treated with, and we'll see who lives up to that, because it's out there. So you'll develop a rapport with somebody that cares and not in a hurry to get with you in bed, and that's understanding, compassionate, kind, and caring, and will respect you more in the long run, because you actually have a foundation that you built it on, something that can last. And then, building a foundation, building a relationship with no boundaries, no foundation, based on instant gratification, interest, bad habits, sex, talking, more talking, like we're in high school, no actions, no 5-year goals, no plans, nowhere, nothing going on, will end in disaster and probably leave you with a lot less than what you started if you're the one that has more. And if you do not fix your lack of boundaries within yourself, you will continue to lead a life of repetition compulsion. And that will be a next video. So I appreciate you listening. I do hope you like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Rosina Star.